light doesn't like sheen off all the stuff. Yeah, of course it is.
And this is Venom, a book by Charles Mandrake. That's not who it's by.
What? Are we back? We're back!
Again!
We're back! Tag team, back again. No, that's how we started last week.
And we brought Peter, our friend.
Hey, everyone. Welcome, Peter, our friend. He's here.
Him.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, bros.
Clinky,
Yeah.
McGlinky.
Tea. I got tea.
Clink. Oh.
Oh, I gotta drink it.
Texas tea?
It's hot. No, like real tea.
Ah, word.
Okay. For the vocals.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I like trying to drink a cup of tea
A day.
That's
a
good.
day. At
A
least
day?
one.
Yeah. What kind are you drinking over there?
It's actually sleepy time. Chamomile spearmint.
That's
Good
nice.
tea.
It's not going to make you sleepy by the end of this or anything?
I hope not, but you know, potential.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's another great day or great week of comics for us. First
Dude, comics
week
are back. Dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marvel has 4 titles out this week.
I got 3 of them.
Spidey, Venom, Avengers with Moon
Oh, I didn't
Knight.
get Avengers. I guess I only got 2. I got Spidey and Venom.
Okay.
Oh
I
my
can't remember
God,
what the
dude.
fourth one was.
You read Venom, right? You didn't fuck up.
yeah,
I'm reading because it was really good.
It was good. It was good.
I was really excited.
The
Peter,
backup story was kind of weak. We'll get into it, but
I don't know. I thought it was cool. I just finished it. I kind of thought it was cool.
you thought it was cool?
Yeah.
I thought that Ron Lim artwork was a little weak, a little slapdash.
Well, he's older.
You know how I feel about Ron, boys.
I
Yeah.
don't know how you feel about Ron.
Yeah.
I touched on it last time I was on here. I agree with you. Like, I feel like he's good and he does the job, and he's not always for me. It's just not always for me.
Oh yeah,
The
because I remember I
maximum
said he had a good surfer run.
Yep. Yeah. I think he's good at drawing every hero to a certain extent, and that's like a kind of a cool skill to have. You know, he did like a lot of those Infinity Gauntlet books. I was reading those when I was a kid, and that's like a really big moment. But yeah,
Did he do
and a lot of
Infinity
Spider-Man.
Watch too or something? He did.
Oh yeah,
I
he
think
did.
that is what he did.
Yeah, he got some Adam Warlock.
George Perez, I'm pretty sure, drew Infinity Gauntlet.
He did the main story.
Yeah, the main shit.
6 issues.
Yeah, I think Ron did like a couple books. I can't remember what.
Probably did some
I
time.
think I met him at
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con last year. I got him to sign a surfer variant.
Where was I?
Probably working.
Damn.
Because we had to go out alone some of the time, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, it's another great week. We have a special guest with us, Peter, our friend. Did you bring some
Very
comics
exciting.
and stuff?
I got some stuff. Yeah, I definitely have some stuff. Maybe do you want me to like?
show us yet?
Yeah,
Relax.
I can wait. Yeah, I can wait. It can
Yeah,
wait.
this
Right.
is still the getting to know you portion of the introduction.
Honestly, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, Peter, sure. I mean, we've
What
had
would
you
you
on,
like
but
to know, Manus? Since
since you know everything.
Everything.
what would you like to know? Since that's like the worst internet question. Tell us about
yourself. Honestly, and
What would you like to know?
you preface it with honestly, tell us.
I got a
about
question.
yourself.
I got a question then. When did you first meet Manus? When did you first lay eyes upon this beautiful male hip hop MC?
That's a good question. I'm not actually sure.
You were in 5th grade, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean
It was at Heinsberg
we were
Elementary.
Crazy young. I'm trying to remember the exact moment, which I don't know.
I feel like the most
That's
the,
tough,
the the biggest memory I have from meeting you is when we were like Dan Parent or something, and you guys had recess too, and you like were beatboxing or something like that, or you like said you like hip hop, and I was like, yo, you beatbox and I'll freestyle a rap, and then Dan was like, I could do a Coolio verse, and then he was whack, and then I was
First
like,
rap group was
I
formed.
never had the boat to kick the bucket, some shit. It was like, what? Shut up.
Yeah. So Manus is definitely driving at the origin story of Neighborhood, which is our first rap group, which was 2.5 crackers and a half.
Half a nigga, yeah. That was the name
That
of the
word, which I was not
That
about to
was the
say.
group.
Right.
And Manus has said it, but
I think I made it. I made the name too.
and it was because of him and all of us. It was an equation based on all of our racial makeup.
Ah,
And,
interesting.
Even though that may be a less sensitive.
2.5 plus a
title to
1.5
have.
equals 3 total people.
Right. Each of us being one whole person, it was kind of a clever way for us to address the identity crises that we all were facing in like the 90s. 98, I don't know how. I think probably
No, like
we were like
96
If
or
you're in 5th
7.
grade, yeah, because we're all the same
95,
age.
96.
For us, our ages line
Yeah.
up like 95, 5th grade, 96, 6th
Yeah.
grade type deal.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were like super young. Definitely hung out with Manus as like a wee child, and we were like in
You
rap
like
groups
comic
together.
books? Yeah, dude. You do too?
Yeah, just
Over.
instant besties.
I remember when we would like walk around the halls and you'd beatbox and I just freestyle the whole time. We're like, all right, lunch break, let's do this.
Yeah, we definitely like
Cool.
we were like the breakdancing team. We had like the rap cipher squad. We had like the writing raps group. We had the like snowboarding watch videos in the AV around club,
Yeah.
skate
Nice.
clubs. You know, we also like Manus and I were like in theater. I think is kind of where we
Yep.
originally met. So like we were both like kind of just
Right.
in
You
theater.
were in the play because the Princess and the Pea play.
Yeah,
And
I was
did
like
the dance.
Wow.
I like did the disco dance.
Manus's first appearance in
Wow.
the theater was like a disco, it was like a cover. I don't know if they
Well,
actually
they played the Bee Gees. They played like
did play it.
Staying Alive, and I fucking strutted out onto like this runway they created and like busted the fucking.
It was quite a moment.
Hit 'em
Oh
with
my
that.
God. There was no singing. You didn't sing anything, man. So you were just
Not in that play. I did do a musical in high school though, where I had to sing. I had to back up our old friend Tim Whitney. I was like a break dancer in this scene. Me and this other Ryan Leckie, was that his name?
Yep.
That woman's son's
Shout
name?
out.
I can't remember. But anyways,
Yep.
we were like dancing this like break dance routine because I had like helped choreograph these dances for this fucking play. I'm like,
Manus
it's all
started
coming
as a
back to me
dancer
right now.
Everything started with Manus. In terms of who he is now, it all comes from dance.
That's true. Because when
He's
we
a
started
dance
recording,
person.
when we were like recording me like popping and locking or just us fucking breakdancing, like I remember being in Tim's basement and like recording ourselves popping and locking and shit.
Scratching records, pretty much everything you can imagine that is hip hop.
We were doing what hip hop was to some kids in the woods, you know?
right.
Like,
Yes,
we
we
come
were
from Vermont.
reflecting.
We come from the forest. We don't come from like our urban experience, even though you could kind of have that still in Burlington. You really could now.
Yeah, Burlington's
If you lived in Burlington and like you were in the North End, that was like being in the hood, you know?
right. As I'm sure you agree, Eli. You spent some time in B-Town.
I did.
Yeah.
I feel like the diversity in Burlington has much more to do with class and economics than anything. There's like a bit of diversity in Burlington in that way, but
For sure.
otherwise a
Especially
lot
back
of
then.
whiteys. Yeah.
Being so far up there, Burlington, and not a lot of racial diversity, how do you feel like you first got into hip hop? How do you think that, like, where did your first?
For me, it was Too Legit to Quit on a tape from my cousin.
Nice.
No lie. Like MC Hammer, she gave me like Too Legit to Quit, and the other joints on there was like the Addams Family song. So I just bumped that tape, and so it was a long time before I met Manus, but like, and then like I remember actually listening to WRUV, which was like UVM college
Great
radio.
station, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
I
still
would like,
listen.
Yeah.
yeah, it was so dope, man. Yeah, and I was just remember being like, this is amazing. These guys are just playing these cool songs that I've never heard of, and it's like this hip hop stuff, and that was really my first taste. And then I just did what everybody does and kind of picked and choose.
Outkast, I think Outkast fucking Acrimini was our record too. When we met, we were like, you like that Outkast record? It's like, yeah, I like that. And my cousins introduced me to that. My cousins from out here introduced me to that album because they came up and visited and they had that shit. So I was like, yo,
Such
this
a
shit's
good
hard.
album,
And I
man.
went and got it. And then I remember when we met, I was like, yo, you like Outkast Acrimini? You're like, yeah. And I'm Aquarius and you're a Gemini, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
right.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's actually our real hip hop second backstory, is that we definitely like kind of more connected
off of that record.
Yeah, and like started sort of solidifying our friendship. That was like if you like Outkast Aquemini as much as I do, then you can be my close friend. And I feel like
That's exactly what that
test
was. Yeah.
for each other
So
in
tight.
the same
Do
moment.
you guys have recordings of yourselves back in the day? Like, do you have
Someone
neighborhood
probably
recordings?
has those mini discs, but it would be tough to like, dude, we have recordings. Me and our other friend, Sam Wisniewski and Peter, we would do a thing where we would set a mini disc up with like a weird little mic on it. And we would write these songs to like already established beats that you could like steal off the internet. and you'd have to record the song
Undergroundhiphop.com.
perfectly. You'd have to record the song perfectly. So we did each other's like ad libs and shit, and we would have like a couple songs.
Live.
We usually did it, bro.
Live, yeah.
We usually did it like in one.
We're like
There's no editing. Yeah.
No editing, yeah. And it was all mono.
Shit. I remember one of those joints was like jamming in the jungles, got some monkeys in with bananas or some shit like that. And I was like, this is the hardest song anyone's ever made in their entire life.
I think that might have been
those
my
were some
chorus.
times, bro. Jesus.
Hell
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, Manus is referring to our tertiary rap group, probably, I guess I would say, called Alzheimer's Rhymers.
Oh, wow.
Which alluded
Shout out
to
Sammy
how
Wisniewski and his brother Aaron, too.
it alluded to the idea that it was very difficult for us to always remember all of our raps because we were just rapping all the time.
Yep.
Hip hop, you don't stop, you know. So
much.
yeah, so sometimes you forget your raps and you just like make up a cool freestyle song, and thus Manus's true hip hop persona was born because we all kind of kept writing, and Manus, not being as keen on like sitting with a notebook and writing out words, he just was much more of a visceral musician. We just freestyle. So Manus has freestyled his whole life. You know the deal from there. Like, you know, he grew up, you know, sleeping and napping in the corner while his dad was playing drums. So it's all like inside of him.
Did
you guys, what were your early rap names? Manus, did you ever try to have a rap name, or were you like, I just am born?
Did you?
Rangaboom at one point? Like, what kind of dumbass name is that?
Rangaboom?
Yo, man, call me Rangaboom. What?
Was that like an onomatopoeia from a comic or something? Was that like something?
Nah, I was just like, yo, boomerang backwards. What are you, stupid? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that was like a wild moment when Manus was kind of like really live on the tracks, and like you never knew what he was gonna do.
Never, dude.
What about you, Peter? Names. Do you have some names?
So many, man. I probably have had like 1,000.
Treader.
Yeah, M. Treader.
That was your first name.
M. Treader.
Yeah, I had like some branding. I would do like this little alien tag that is like this dude's head who looked really sleepy and tired with headphones on. I would draw that everywhere.
Nice.
So many names.
What's the source of the Peter, our friend, Peter, my friend type of?
I think I said it in a song, a newer song.
I feel like you guys kind of appropriated that as well.
It's me from talking to you about Peter, Eli.
Okay,
yeah. Yep. That's
because you needed to delineate between Peter Parker and Peter, your real life.
Exactly, in the cast.
Well, and your two best friends are named Peter, so.
Right.
Who's
Peter Parker. Peter Parker.
Oh, Peter Parker.
The fictional best friend.
My fictional friend.
Well, yeah, but I would feel like for Manus, it's more than just fiction.
Really, it's reality.
That's a great point, Eli.
It's my
reality. Thank you, Peter.
It's my literal life. I love it.
I do too, and I'm gonna drop this on you. People who listen know that I rallied against games for so long, and now guess what? I was playing the Spider-Man game last night.
Ooh.
For a while.
It's good ass time.
It's dope. So Manus is giving me that
right?
game. Yeah, Manus gave me this game. I haven't even cracked that sucker. So if you've played it, Eli, and you say it's dope too, then I'm really running out of excuses.
Yeah, just the web slinging is fun even.
Well, the one thing that Manus you kept showing me is when you do L1 R1 and you like thwip and then pull yourself to like location. What's that called?
Yeah.
It's
slingshot.
Really fun.
Shit.
R1 a bunch of times to like web the people.
And you hit X at the right time. Dude, the best shit is when you get the combat upgraded and you like uppercut them, but instead of following up with more attacks jumping, you web them up and then smash them to the ground and they're just stuck. You're like,
really cool. Amazing gameplay, man.
Spider-Man. Yeah, the fighting is so sick and like the dodging and everything. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I got into the game so much that I would keep playing one of the battle sequences because you can like you like unlock these camp challenge things. So I would do one of these things just over and over and over again, but try not to get hit the whole time. So by the end of the thing, I think I had like a 400 something combo one time.
I'm not there yet. I'm still, when it says hit triangle, I'm still looking at the controller to figure out where it is, you know?
God damn it. You'll stop one of these days.
I'll get there.
Don't tell people that.
Okay, I didn't say that. I'll cut this out.
Yeah, cut that part out.
All right, word. Well, let's pump this theme and let's fucking get into the juice. Let's get into the dirty of the turdy.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Fair enough.
The theme song to Can I Thwipp It. There it is. Here we go.
Can Thwipp, surf, Eli surf. Spidey is the best. Norman is the worst. Can Thwipp, surf, Eli surf. Galactus look like champs.
does.
Norman is fantastic. Can Thwipp, surf, Eli surf. Turning for a look at all these brand new books. Can Thwipp, surf, Eli surf. And you know how we do.
We love the MCU. We love it clean.
That was a weird dance I started doing at the end.
Oh, I
I
didn't
didn't
catch
even
that.
see it. What'd you do?
Dude, so did you get Venom
Do it again.
on your computer?
Well, on my iPad, yeah.
I
iPad?
was gonna say if you had it on your computer, you could screen share it.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that through the Marvel.com. So are we starting with Venom? Did you read Venom Zombie Ticks?
I have
No.
not. Although it
D6?
looks dope. I haven't jumped into new books yet, guys. I'm still like,
No.
yeah, I'm still missing out.
Feel ya.
I'm still catching up, so that's also why I'm here. You guys are helping me out.
Well, we're happy.
Wow.
We're helping you feel
I
well.
mean,
So,
Jesus,
Mans,
like-
catch us up. Catch Peter up.
Venom?
Catch us up. Post Carnage.
Yeah.
Post Max Unlimited. Wait, sorry.
Absolute
Carnage. Yeah. Post Absolute Carnage. Pick us
Right,
up
that.
from what's happening.
Yeah. So, Peter, do you know what happens in Absolute Carnage even?
No.
Okay. Well, okay,
Give me
so
the-
I'll just
give me the-
start kind of back
give me
at
the-
Venom 1. There's basically like a god of symbiotes who's a character who comes from like the pre-creation. His name's Knull. And he's like the god, he created symbiotes from
Okay.
like, he was around with the, what are they called? Not the celestials, but the progenitors or some shit like that.
Right.
Those
Okay.
like big fucking celestial looking ass beings that come down. He like,
But
would
not the
fight them and-
Celestials.
or he pulled blood out of one and created a symbiote from it, and then he was like the master of symbiotes. And there's a long history with that with like, you know,
Right.
the
Dating
Red
back from
Hulk.
like a Thor book from way back in the 90s or something.
Yeah, there's like
It's
an
probably-
Asgardian fought. Yeah,
Right.
not in the 90s, I don't think. I don't think it was from the 90s, but I don't.
That
remember.
Thor book. Yeah. I mean, still it was like
The
buried
thing
a long
happened
time
a
ago.
long time ago.
Right.
And then, you know, like they had pieces of this thing on Earth, and eventually Eddie's like awakened by it, or like, you know, becomes aware of it. I forget how they totally get to fight him at first, because him and Miles fight him in the first like 6 issues of the Venom run. They deal with him, and they're like flying off into space, and then they like get hit out and fall back down and figure it out because they're spider people.
Right.
But yeah, where the fuck did he come from exactly? Do you remember?
Where did Knull
But-
come from?
Yeah, well, like why Venom gets introduced to him? Because I
Have they
remember.
actually made that connection yet, or maybe that's sort of.
No,
left-
they have. It's in the first couple issues of Venom.
Oh, okay. You mean like OG Venom? I definitely have.
No, the newest
yeah.
newest run of Venom.
Okay, yeah.
Its legacy,
Is it-
Venom's legacy is at 190, but this runs about
Gotcha.
2 years is at 25.
Okay, gotcha. And that's the only 2 boots we've had of Venom.
No, there's a few series. There's
There are a few.
Venom series. This is
Are
probably
all of them-
series 4 or 5 even.
Really?
Probably series
Okay.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
Are they all kind of canon? I guess my question is like, did
I
they
think
really
so.
reboot? And they're like kind of essentially rebooting the canon every time, but everything.
Yeah,
is,
but related to what just happened.
got
There's
it.
nothing going on necessarily that's like not like a Secret Wars thing that erases reality and then like
Right.
kind of chops it
Gotcha.
back.
And the
That
Venom
makes
series
sense.
is almost always like kind of spurring out of like
Yeah,
an event or something like that, or like a.
got it.
It is volume 4 that we're in right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like what would like Venom Inc. happen, where that Lee Price like took all the symbiotes and was gathering them, and he made himself into that huge symbiote at one time. I
Right.
forgot really what the outcome of that was. And I forget why Cletus came back right now. I'm blanking on that shit too. 'Cause
Well, they
Cletus
locked him
Cassidy,
up.
like gets fucked up by like Flash
He
Thompson.
gets basically his bottom half cut
Oh,
off.
the Carnage symbiote. They were storing it underwater somewhere, and Norman got it and became the Red Goblin.
Oh, that's what happened in Amazing.
and then Norman thought he was Cletus for a second, and Cletus'
Whoa.
body got rewoken by the fucking those like zealot motherfuckers, the Cult of Carnage people.
Yeah.
Cletus's
fucking-
dead body was reincarnated by someone.
It was like it wasn't dead or something. Like he never was
Wow.
actually dead.
Yeah, actually,
and then okay, so this is what kind of there's a little more shit that happens, but this is what leads into absolute carnage. So Carnage goes around knowing to try to awaken Knull, because Knull is slumbering on the planet Clintar, the Clintar's planet that he's like encapsulated by all these symbiotes. Right. He's slumbering. So what Carnage figures out he needs to do is anyone that's ever been infected by a symbiote, he needs to go and like tear their fucking spine out,
to get the little codex
in their DNA. Because if you've been infected by a symbiote, that
there's like a little piece always in there
forever. Yeah.
Oh wow, that sticks with the symbiote, so it can kind of like extract some sort of DNA.
No, it sticks with the host.
Yeah, or even like reactivate or something like that. Like when you do acid and you still have it in your spine and shit.
Right. Yes. So like it's almost like a little piece of you sticks with now and then.
No. A little piece of the symbiote sticks with you.
But then that also, like Peter's saying, it keeps you linked to not only
I guess I'm asking
Venom, but links you to Knull and to what was it called? There was like a greater consciousness that was linked to all the symbiotes.
That's what I'm wondering is like
hive mind or something, probably.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of this is covered in the beginning of Venom, because I think I think that they added some.
Well, you really get introduced to Knull in that beginning of this.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen now, and I got
screen shares, dude.
I'm gonna get it up right now.
Okay.
What?
Spidey.
All right, cool. I hope this works with the video and everything.
Here we go.
All right, so this is
they're like, you're stealing our comic. We're gonna sue you.
I don't think so, as long as you're crediting everyone and all that.
Yeah, I mean, go buy it by all means.
Yeah, go buy it.
Yeah, everyone should buy this.
And this is Bagley.
It's amazing too. I literally just finished it.
He's one of my favorites, if not my favorite, to be honest.
Do you want to each take a paragraph and read it out to the?
I mean, sort of
popcorn reading.
How about you read it, Eli? You're the best reader.
Well, I'm
Peter
very
can read too. I read it.
Okay. Good.
But this is kind of just the explanation of what's happened in the last this Venom Island run.
Right. Well, kind of.
Following the events of Absolute Carnage, Eddie Brock realized that a powerful evil had become malignant within the psyche of the Venom symbiote. Resolving to cure it, Eddie borrowed a Quinjet from Captain America and set a course for a deserted island he and the symbiote had lived on for a time. See Venom Lethal Protector at night. But it wasn't long before the darkness within his symbiote made its presence and name known. Carnage! Who brought Eddie's plane down into a violent crash. After a narrow escape that cost him his left hand, Brock was seemingly rescued by the Avengers, who promptly nuked the island to eradicate the symbiote still on it. Meanwhile, unaware of any of this, Eddie's son Dylan has discovered a unique ability to track and control symbiotes, which he has used to track Eddie down, only to learn a terrible truth. Eddie never left the island at all. Instead, he's been bonded against his will to the reborn Carnage symbiote, and Dylan and Venom are the only ones who can save him.
And boy, does Dylan have an amazing idea. And this opening spread, are you ready for this?
Is it? It's not the first page.
Oh, isn't it? Oh no, I forgot. We get this whole preamble.
Dope fucking Eddie face.
Dope Eddie.
Yeah. Dope Eddie face.
Weathered.
It almost seems like Marvel added in some pages because it really has been a long time. Actually, the book in the letters column, it still says March 2020.
Right.
So this book was originally supposed to come out in March. Yeah. And so I don't know. It seems to me like they added some of this stuff in there to kind of fill you back in. What do you think, Manus?
I'm listening to you. I agree with that.
Yeah, it just seems like they kind of padded it more so than they would have done if this.
Well, I mean, I think the Lim story is the padding. I think this was the initial issue.
You think so?
And it is number 25. That's usually you get a little more on those.
And it seems like it's the last issue in the run.
It's the conclusion of Venom Island. Yeah.
Of Venom. You think so? Not of Venom Volume 4.
Yeah, you didn't see the final page. I'm pretty sure Venom 26 was there. It was Web of
Venom.
Oh,
Man it. We'll get there. So it kind of begins with Eddie. You know, he's doing some talking. He's kind of filling us all in.
I don't know if I'm a good guy or not.
Right. Am I a hero?
Yeah.
Am I like good or evil? I've been both. And looking back, like, what was wrong with me? I tried to kill Spidey. I thought I was a good person for trying to kill Spidey. Like, I thought that's what, like, was good. Peter's like, nah, dude.
Crazy.
Nah, dude.
Yeah. No way.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's got a lot of psychological trauma, right? I mean,
yeah, he says like being alone is he can't be alone because he's never, you know, after his getting fucked over at the Bugle or whatever for trying to, for, like,
well, and then also he's never been alone since that time because that's when he bonded with Venom and he always had his other in his head.
Well, Venom goes away and he starts like dying from cancer, and then Martin Lee does something by touching him that the Negative Man does. Mr. Negative does some shit by touching him that makes him anti-Venom for a while.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And that's when Flash Thompson became Venom.
Right.
Agent Venom.
He becomes Venom, which is sick. I mean, that character
very sick.
Fucking
I
awesome.
loved that, man. That was what I was chugging on.
He also becomes a fucking Guardian of the Galaxy for a second.
That's right, he does. Yes,
Yeah.
and then has
Venom does.
Venom,
right.
Agent Venom.
No,
and then he becomes
Thompson.
Venom Space Knight, which was a great book. Fucking awesome.
Great art too. I think it's Ariel Albetti.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, guy's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just, I mean, he's still kind of grappling with his life here. Am I good? Am I evil? You know, and
yeah, he's kind of telling you what's happened over the last few years, which is since Venom 1.
Right, and we don't know where he is right now. Like, is he inside his mind? Is he talking to someone in particular? Is he just kind of alone, talking to himself? We don't know. It's not clear.
Reading this, I grasped that he was explaining himself to probably some people or somebody.
Well, I think maybe I thought because we knew he's inside Carnage, so I figured that this is him like inside there because he's not really controlling his body, you know?
Not
so
right
like
now,
this is him inside of his brain kind of like
Inside
trying to deal with
personal
it all.
hell.
Exactly. Okay, and so then here's where we're starting to learn a little bit about Knull here. Right up top, I lost my job, I was broke, and I was losing my mind. I was losing everything.
Yeah.
Including my rugged good looks.
Yeah.
Wow, getting away from a little
Some
bit.
people like the beard and the hair, you know?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I know that.
That's exactly what So here's Knull, and
This is the Grendel, Peter. This big one. I'm like pointing at it as if you can see what I'm pointing.
This is the one here.
Yes.
No, the Grendel is this where Miles and Venom are fighting this big, like, bat-looking fucking symbiote.
well, I thought it was a dragon. It was a
Yeah,
dragon.
it's a dragon, but it looks baddish, you know?
It's like a demonic symbiote
yeah.
creature.
Like
yeah.
that guy next to there holding Eddie up, that's Knull.
Right.
He's he like controls the Grendel, which is like a bunch of symbiotes together pretty much.
Got it.
And I think we were under the impression earlier that each symbiote was kind of like its own life force or something, like like an individual. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's just pieces of the Grendel or pieces of Knull.
I don't remember.
Something like that. But like a symbiote is just like something happened way back in that Thor issue where like the sword was cut or something was broken, and then that broken piece.
He made some sort of crazy ebony symbiote sword. That was the thing.
Right.
Pulled the sword out of one of those big Celestials.
Oh, that's right, dude. The Celestials.
Yeah.
Right.
Ties back to those guys.
It always does.
Yeah.
I gotta read more.
Because the Avengers like are housed in one right now.
Right. That Avengers run was
wow.
bomb. The new Avengers run, because they kind of
Yeah.
showed how like a decomposed Celestial seeded the seeds of like all heroes as we know it, all mutants as we know it. It's all
That's
like
so
little
cool.
Celestial pieces.
Dude, and fucking
That's awesome.
And what's his name? That Ghost Rider fucking takes it over and fights the invading one.
Oh, that's right, dude. So
Yeah.
good.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a ghost. Well, like, you know, instead of a bike, you know, he you know, fires up this Celestial as like.
He has a car.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, because it's Robbie Reyes.
Robbie Reyes, yeah.
But then he uses the Ghost of Vengeance to like fire up the
Celestial.
Yeah, dude, it's
Yeah.
That's dope.
insane.
It's pretty lit. Yeah.
All right, so here comes the spread. I think where we're into modern time or no? Okay, all right. So here we go. So
More
then this is
the during trials he's been on here.
right to the journey, and in order to get free of the symbiote, he basically lit himself on fire.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, because he like took
Totally
over.
Because Carnage.
Because of Knull.
Oh, because Knull was able to control any symbiote
Knull,
or something like that.
right. Knull was controlling him. He was like losing it. That's what it was. Yeah.
Right.
And
But he had to do it.
Voice turns off, and it becomes this dog that's following him here.
Right, and he can't hear him, and it's just like they're disconnected for the first
Don't
time.
do well with being alone, he says.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what you were referring to earlier, yeah. And the symbiote too lost control and was going through its own whole crisis as well.
Yeah, I like that theme. The symbiote is always like also yearning for its, a host whenever it's separated. That's always such a cool component to this
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
franchise and this character, this creature.
Appreciate.
And then this is why I think like if this was just another monthly book, would they really go into this much history? Like we would just
I think they
just
added
read
all this shit.
I think they added some stuff in order to kind of beef it up to be like, we've been gone for 3 months. But
Sure.
I mean, it's good. It's really good for our purposes here because we're filling in Peter and
Yeah.
and so the Maker comes in here. To the eyes of the Maker.
Right. I kind of forget what that was. That was when they were back in SF and he was meeting Dylan.
Yeah, and they were. That's
This
the
is
Maker
his son.
is the one that created the thing that would pull
Extract the
symbiotes
codex.
out of people, right?
Like the Codex.
Like Wolverine and Cap, so that Carnage wouldn't come after him.
Well,
Cool. Wow, that's helpful.
so that he couldn't get the fucking shit at least.
Okay, yeah, because if he got everything, then
we
Knull
gotta
would
fight
like.
this asshole,
Yeah.
That's how these heroes work. They're like, we gotta fucking fight this guy. We can't not fight him. Have to.
Exactly. And even Dylan got into the fray, and he was working with what's that other
Norman.
symbiote? Well, but he was also working with Spider?
Quiet. No.
SZA?
Silence. It's like, God damn it.
I think it says it later. No. Silencer? No, that's your
It's something like that though. Sleeper.
SZA? Sleeper, yeah, Sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a son, his name is Dylan, and he's my whole world.
Yeah.
He's actually that's not true. I feel like he likes the symbiote more. But
Well, I think having read all these issues, you really do see Eddie value having the son. I think
yeah, I mean because
would do anything for Dylan.
right, and maybe now for the first time he actually does care about something more than he did.
The
He
symbiote
does.
is like more than he does this relationship he has with symbiote because it's a little toxic. He's addicted to it.
Very toxic. I mean, yeah, it is an addiction.
Yeah, I mean you have a fucking symbiote. You're fucking what?
You
Whatever the
never want to
fuck
be
you
without
want.
that.
Eat some fucking brains if you feel like it.
I mean,
It seems like it has a lasting effect, right? That's what you guys are alluding to. It's the symbiote kind of sticks with you even when you've been separated. I guess,
yeah.
like you said, it physically leaves an impression. Then, like psychologically, it's like you
Yeah.
yearn for that bond again.
Yeah, you want it back.
and because again, then you're never alone, and you never have to feel pain. You never have to worry. It's just you got this buddy that's just like
Always
helping out.
there.
Yeah, that's a really cool concept, right? Like, yeah, it's like kind of always asking that question: is it better to be alone or be having this compatriot of some kind?
Right.
Well, but then like a toxic compatriot almost. That
Right.
Yeah.
At what cost? Right. Does it make it?
Yeah, I mean, it basically almost killed him when it separated from him the first time.
Yeah.
Seems pretty bad, yeah. What's up with this Knull in terms of motive, do we think? Just sidebar
Oh,
here,
he's
guys.
like a god. He's just like a god
Pure
type
evil.
being.
But
Pure evil, you're
as well.
thinking, Eli? Not good intentions as a god?
Nah,
Not at all.
Yeah,
He's looking to take over the world, I think. And
he wants Earth just like every other asshole does.
yeah.
Okay.
He's definitely evil, and he's definitely out to like kill humans.
Do humans, do you think, just serve as sort of like a, I guess it's a symbiosis, so it's like they're kind of
Right.
necessary for the.
They're just like a vehicle for our.
Yeah.
For
They're
our-
not really that necessary.
not necessary,
think
but
so.
nice to have. Maybe nice to have.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, they like to use vehicles, but some of them can do some pretty crazy shit without a host.
Right. I mean, traveling through space without a host all the time, right?
And not
Yeah.
acting as an individual, but acting as a collective. You know, then they can be the Grendel. They can be this huge power force, and even aren't they? They're like a whole planet. There's like a whole planet.
Yeah.
I don't think that was really that.
It's the cage that's around Null. Is the
Right.
planet, I'm
Right.
pretty sure.
Oh, that's right. That was from Silver Surfer Black.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was nasty.
All
right, so-
how here's a good show of kind of what's gone on here. It's cool how symbiotes have become more of a collective. You know, there's a bunch of them rather than, you know, for 20 years we just thought there was just the Venom symbiote and it made Carnage and those other couple ones that they made.
Yeah, I think Maximum Carnage they
But
made
that like it all came from Venom, you know, not it didn't that he was the god. It was the god entity. You didn't think there were any more of those.
right.
It's crazy that it was just like weirdly locked up in a machine on the Beyonders planet.
I
This is
know.
the
We
Venom
still
symbiote?
haven't had clearance, or we still haven't had clarification on that
How-
exact instance.
You mean how it left
How
to
it
Peter in the
worked, yeah.
first place? Yeah.
Well, and why the Beyonder had it in a tank or whatever.
So it was during a cosmic war of
Secret
Actually,
Wars,
I
wasn't it?
feel like I read an issue that did show it end up there.
Well, they did
Got a
show
lot
it,
of shots.
but not how maybe it got there, or did it?
No, I think it did. I
saying.
can't remember the details. I've read a lot of fucking comics.
Yeah, you have.
So,
Pete was hanging out with Spidey was hanging out with the Fantastic Four when he got it, right? It was like he was on
it was on Battle World for the.
Yeah, everyone was there basically.
everyone was there, right?
And Hulk and Thor were like fucking with some machine. And they're like, it gave us new costumes. And Spidey goes over and it drops this thing on him that he thinks is just a costume.
Right.
Really, this fucking evil alien.
Oh, sorry.
Evil.
Right. Now I'm remembering too that I think he goes to Reed back on Earth and he's like, what is this? And they do all these tests and like
that
And
happened.
they can't get it off. Yeah, that's when Reed is like,
They Sonic gun it off of him. And then
Right.
he goes home with the bag on his head in the Fantastic Four outfit.
Mhm.
oh yeah. And then these guys here with the spirals, these are like the evil null symbiotes that he's able
Sure.
to like kind of to have like these super villain mindless drone zombies. And I think
Yep.
during the Absolute Carnage he would put these symbiotes on people and he would,
Yeah.
like Miles got one and it kind of turns him evil. And then this here is Carnage, like we were saying, he got his whole fucking bottom half ripped off.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we actually didn't mention that, but yeah, that happens.
Yeah. And then this is what you read, Manus. This is when he was like turned into an Asgardian warrior. That was in
War of Realms.
War of Realms, yeah.
That's
Yep.
pretty wild. Got it.
But
Wow,
then we-
Venom's had quite an arc.
I think
It's
this
the
is
major-
the with the whole anxiety separation crew on him. That's what that is.
That's what this is.
Down there.
On the,
And
in
then
the corner.
Dylan, and that's Dylan blowing up a Carnage, one of the Carnage symbiotes trying to kill him and Normie.
Right, because now he's got this mutant power almost.
Codex.
I was gonna ask, why is Dylan able to do that?
He can
Because-
control symbiotes now.
Right, but it's because his mother also had a symbiote attached to her at one point, and it's her and Eddie's kid, so he inherited some symbiote shit from that.
So he's like more full hybrid.
He's like a
maybe.
human symbiote hybrid, probably, or something like
Yeah.
that. They haven't explained that yet.
Yeah,
They haven't
totally.
explained his shit yet.
Sort of like a cloned Sigourney Weaver in Alien Resurrection kind of vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Suck the baby weird alien through the hole in the side of the ship.
Oh, that was awesome. They just, in Alien vs Predator, they did that too, where it was a hybrid one, and they shot the hole. And it was like,
It's almost
suck.
sad.
Predator, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Almost sad.
Which one was that? I want to watch it now.
I think it was Alien vs Predator or Alien vs Predator 2. Maybe that Alien vs Predator 2 is the one that there's the Alien Predator hybrid.
Oh, now I have to rewatch those.
I want to see it now. Yeah.
Jamie's always trying to watch Aliens vs Predator, and I shut it down every time.
Ah,
The first one is fucking really bad.
It's pretty
I
bad,
mean,
man.
that's the point. Well, okay.
For sure.
Sorry, the first one is when they're on that like Arctic mission and
Yeah,
stuff.
and it was
It's
like
kinda bad.
it was PG-13. That was the problem.
That was the problem. Yeah.
That was
Another problematic moment is when the tower is falling over, or a crane, and they're doing the thing where they all are running in they're still in the path of it falling, and they're just running in the direction that it's falling instead of running
You're like, dude,
horizontally.
just
That's
cut
kind
to
of
the
shit.
left. I hate that shit.
Yeah, it really takes me out of the moment,
Yeah.
especially when I want to see
You
some
guys look
blood
dumb.
and gore.
What the
It's-
fuck?
It's like in Austin Powers where the steamroller's coming and he's like, no! And it's
Exactly.
like
Yeah, it's taken
at
forever.
the whole other
but it
end.
makes sense in Austin Powers.
They hit
Well,
all those
it's funny
beats in
there, yeah.
Powers. Yeah, they troll all action movies.
Yeah,
Really.
they do.
Genius franchise.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
And we keep going with Eddie here.
Yeah,
It's
he's
kind of
he's
like,
talking to somebody, telling everybody how it's been such a fucking hard couple of years, you know.
yeah.
And then he's
And-
like,
and then he's like-
what I was fucking doing over here.
So yeah, thank you. All right, I'm on an island.
Yeah, right. I'm on a fucking island. I don't think he talks like that. How did Tom Hardy
A
talk?
little bit of an accent.
He's from San Fran, so he doesn't have a New York. Yeah.
Got it. I forgot that. He was
From San Francisco. That's right. Eddie Brock's from San Francisco.
And then there we go for the
Ooh.
hitting back to the island.
so sick, dude.
You
Yeah, we
see
got-
Bagley at his finest. baby.
Yeah, like this is a great point right now. Mark Bagley, someone's been drawing comic books for a very long time. Artwork still fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very sad to say. John Romita Jr. Newest the DC shit, not incredible at all. Like
Yeah.
the Silencer issues were tight. The new Kick-Ass, the first 6 issues of that were tight. But fucking the Action Comics run I just read was like, come on, man. I
Come
think
on.
maybe it's just
We
because
got you.
I don't like those heroes as much. I think-
Yeah, that's probably right. I mean, when he's drawing your favorites.
What if he drew Spider-Man and it looked like that? I'd still be like, yeah, this is incredible.
So yeah, this is Eddie inside the Carnage, and then
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
his son, basically saying, "My son just remote piloted my symbiote and turned it into a Tyrannosaurus Rex."
Which is insane.
Pretty crazy.
But doesn't the island have dinosaurs? Like it's the symbiote's on a
No,
dinosaur?
not
There's
like
nothing
the
inside
Savage
of there.
It's not the Savage Land, nah.
Oh, okay. So this is just a purely imaginated
Yeah,
symbiote
it's just
Yeah.
right.
T-Rex. That's
Yep.
dope. Got it. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Awesome panel.
Yeah.
I think that Bagley's eyes for the symbiotes are the coolest. Also, that's one thing.
Those Venom, those Carnage eyes are incredible.
There.
Dude,
Carnage
when
eyes,
I open-
Spidey eyes. I think he has the best Spider-Man eyes. Period.
I mean,
Bagley. Crazy. They're huge. They're like real buggy, and they're so articulated. They're so expressive always.
Dude,
Sometimes
they're almost like a fireball or something like that. It's
yeah.
yeah,
This one's super dope.
Carnage is for sure in that panel.
Carnage. Mm-hmm.
Dude, when I opened this page, and I had seen it already because I saw it on, I think Stegman's Instagram or something like that, saying like, we got to get back, or Donnie Cates's.
Yeah.
And I was like, how you know, by myself in the house, you know? Fucking so amazing.
Loved it.
So much detail.
Yeah, I mean, such a great book. Oh. And so there the battle continues and he's like, Dad, can you hear me? So Dylan's still able to communicate too.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't really know like how far his powers really go.
I mean,
You
he
know?
made a Carnage symbiote that was being controlled by, Super Carnage fucking explode.
Right.
The Carnage symbiote that was infecting Norman.
He just like mind bursted. He like
Yeah, he was like, and it died.
Yeah, and it was one of those things, just like how kind of a mutant power is shown, like when you're at a certain age and then you're like under like an insurmountable stress or something. Yeah. And then it like, it manifests.
He probably is a mutant because it's a genetic birth thing. He
right.
probably is
Yeah,
technically
probably.
a mutant the way that like Namor is a mutant. Namor is a mutant.
Sure.
Not more. I heard today that the rights for Namor went back to Marvel for the MCU.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did they belong somewhere else?
Yeah, I guess it was Sony or
Huh.
Yeah,
maybe it was with the FF. Yeah, I think it was.
Because we've
part
never
of it.
seen him, have we?
Nah, not in
Yeah.
live action. I don't think
Man,
he's
that's
ever
a
been
fan.
portrayed live
that would be
action.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
I was always a fan. Yeah, I read Namor like way back when. I got him
Oh,
a
word?
Because,
subscription.
Aquaman's not that. I mean, Aquaman in the Justice League movie, they show him off like he's badass on land too, but he's really not that badass.
Not like Namor. Yeah.
Nah, Namor is fucking like he can fly and shit.
Yeah, that's
he's
pretty cool.
Aquaman in what was it? Flashpoint, he was badass. That alternate reality Aquaman, he was a badass.
Right.
Pretty sure Namor is okay, like in space too. He's definitely like a high-powered mutant.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
know if he can
do you
breathe
think
in
he's-
space, but
I'm trying to remember, like in the
the Hulk can breathe.
Gauntlet.
Does the Hulk breathe?
Does the Hulk breathe? That was an
Hulk breathe.
early, yeah.
That was one of the greatest Can I Thwipp It moments ever.
We really researched that for a long time, dude.
I remember that. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. Dude, what did we arrive at? It's a moot point. He doesn't need to breathe because
He doesn't need to breathe. Yeah, eventually his lungs will just adapt to not making air.
I'm just picturing, like, I feel like I've seen Namor like on a planet somewhere that probably didn't have a very agreeable
He gets
atmosphere.
possessed by a part of the Phoenix Force at one point.
Okay.
Namor does?
Yeah, and
He's really,
in Avengers vs. X-Men.
I'm interested to see how they do his little ankle wings in
Yeah.
the movie.
because that sure is easy to fuck up.
Yeah.
Probably.
I wonder if they'll like new suit him out or if they'll classic suit him, you know?
No, classic suit is underwear.
Naked,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. So how are they going to show his little wing feet?
Well, in the 90s, he had like almost like a Aquaman thing. He had the like shirt with like the thing, kind of like royal gear or something like that.
But I don't know if he had boots on or not. Maybe we could access a computer.
Accessing library computer
Oh,
data.
we're right here. What are you trying to ask?
Guy.
Ask what?
Namor. Just ask like Namor costumes, and we'll see if his little wingies pop out of some boots at one point.
Everyone's gonna see my browser history here.
Oh
All right, so
my
we got some
God.
different stuff.
So,
Look at this cosplay.
that one's pretty good.
This one-
I like this suit, and yeah, he's got little wings coming off his boots.
See, this is like his X-Men suit. That would be cool too.
Got it.
That's a cool suit.
yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah, still with like his chest out.
This is him to the right with the gold shoulders, with the black and red.
Oh, this
pants.
one?
That's the AVX.
That could be
That's him
cool.
getting
Yeah.
possessed by,
Wow.
Phoenix.
That's pretty dope.
And this one, which was the Jay Lee one or whatever.
Ooh,
Look
yeah.
at that fucking Michael Turner, bro. Look at that Michael Turner right
Oh,
there.
Mikey
yeah,
Tisna,
yeah.
this one right here. Yeah.
Oh my god,
That is
bro.
fire.
Yeah.
I have some Michael Turner books. I'm not really.
I definitely had that cover. I think you might have that cover, Peter.
I may actually own that. Yeah.
You might have that.
Yeah. I'm looking at it like that's bringing back some
That's a
visual
good one.
memories.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are fighting.
Yeah, dude, a major fight, and we're also getting Dylan kind of speaking to Eddie, and
Yeah.
Carnage can hear it,
Yo.
and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer I can hear that. I can hold this form, you know?
Right, the Rex. See how much longer you can hold a big ass Rex.
Yeah, look at this shit. God, man, it's insane. Dad, please, are you in there? I need you to wake up. And so again, like we see inside the I guess the astral plane.
We're inside Eddie's mind.
Right. And here he is like in a void.
He's trapped
Right.
Right.
in his own mind
See, like
by the Carnage symbiote.
this is again where I am gonna go. Okay, say you're art directing a book over at the MCU, and you're like, Bagley, I need you to draw a conversation that's occurring in the mind of two people that are linked in battle, and it's like, how do you draw that shit? And Bagley is always gonna be able to. He's done it so much, and he knows what it takes.
Yeah, because it's really inferring, like, because he's in a prison that is Carnage, and then literally here we have like a jail cell made up of, and you can see down in here, it's not just like the normal,
Yeah, it's got a little symbiosis to it.
Yeah, some veins, some,
Symbars.
yeah.
Yep.
And he's like, you need to listen to me, Dad. He's like, you're not really Dilly. You're not really Dill.
You think Dilly?
Yeah,
No,
I have a cousin named Dylan that we used to call
You're not really
Dilly.
Dill. Now you're starting to do Cyclops. Daddy.
Daddy, now.
Yeah, you
Corsair, now. I mean, even though Dylan's way younger than Cyclops was there, he's way more mature than that Cyclops.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's convincing him like, this is real. And this is where Dylan drops the bomb right here. Dad, I have powers, but I don't really know what they are.
Right.
I've been hiding something from you.
I wonder if they figured that out or if they're just waiting to like really let us know what he can do.
To really like flesh out what his powers
He
are.
can clearly do so much shit. I'm wondering if he could like just have a symbiote envelop him out of it. I wonder if like there is a symbiote and his blood's like a symbiote or
I don't know, man.
something. Fucking symbiote bones or something.
Symbiote blood.
So we go back out here Now, see, what's going on right here?
He's got like a fucking dick mouth.
He's got a dick mouth right there. And he's got a back mouth right here, too.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh, he's multi-mouthy.
Wow, dude. So
That's just extra creep factor, I think.
yeah,
right?
dude. And what's this right here? Is that Venom or is that Carnage?
I don't know. I think it's an extra piece of tongue, or it's attached to the. I think it's like shooting out, trying to block his attack.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's like a side head's tongue or something.
Yeah, another like a shoulder mouth. That's wild, dude. I didn't see that upon first reading.
That is insane. Me neither.
Yeah. And so then Normie's like, I was trying to protect you, and then Normie's like, Dylan's like, I lost control. And then he's kind of, because he's telling him about how his powers manifest here. That we already talked about.
Yeah, because in Absolute Carnage, like we mentioned, he blows up the Carnage symbiote that's fucking up Norman.
Right, and that's one of those moments where it's like we have no idea what's going to happen. Almost nothing can save us, and then there's something we didn't even take into account happens. Really cool.
Dilly.
Yeah, old Dilly's coming in, and man, Carnage is laying into this Venomosaurus Rex.
Made an axe.
Wow.
Yeah, the art is just really phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I think this is even better than the last couple issues, because I feel like the last couple issues I was even saying to you, man, it's like I'm almost bored of Bagley, but this, I mean, he really fucking.
I feel like he pulls it out sometimes, right? Yeah, like sometimes he's getting the job done and he knows which panels to really flex on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand if you can be bored of somebody's style, but you couldn't take any credit away from how good this is.
No, I mean, and especially Bagley has the history,
right?
And the Spidey.
I feel like there's more detail and effort in the art in this book that I'm looking at least. I hear you. Sometimes an issue, everybody doesn't nail every issue.
Right. But
True.
It's hard to do so. But
yeah, for sure.
A lot of factors too. Subject matter is a big deal, right? Just drawing people talking all the time.
It can get boring.
Draw a little bit more too, and people are just absolutely the hardest thing to draw. So not everybody can ace it every time.
True.
Yeah, and it's almost to the point where if you're drawing a superhero or someone mutated or something, you have a little bit more leeway to make an arm weird or to make a muscle
that's
big.
A huge point Eli's making, yeah.
But if you're drawing normal people doing normal shit, it's got to be right, or your people are like, oh, what the fuck?
Right. There's a real science to that because of pattern recognition and how our brains are really they require certain known entities to appear a certain way. That's why people are so hard to draw, and why I think recognizable things like a dog or animals that you are familiar with are more
even
harder
harder.
to draw. Really, it's difficult to make them read well every time. So, it's a great point, Eli. Drawing like a weird, crazy axe gives you a lot more leeway. But even then, Bagley, I think, kind of just gives you the gas, the juice.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this Carnage is proportioned well for a human.
Oh yeah. This guy's
even with having this crazy protrusion out of the back of him, it's still not throwing off where we see his body.
Yeah, great perspective. Yep. Still got some juice on it.
Yeah, I'm flashing from exterior to the interior where Cletus is now, up and amazing. But what we come to find out, he throws him in
to the cage
and throws him
out.
Yeah, and then this here is the sleeper who's like a cat.
Yeah, because this was a piece of the Carnage symbiote.
Right. That Dylan and Venom wore it Eddie wore it for a second to do some sort of space adventure. What was that? His first appearance, Sleeper?
Oh yes, Sleeper was created because the symbiote was worn by this Kree dude for a while.
Oh, that's right. The first host came back or whatever, right?
Right, the first host. That's what that was. I forget what that character's name was, but nonetheless.
Wow.
And then he tosses him back through this portal. So this is like a portal kind of thing, and so
it's not really a portal. It's just a symbiote.
Okay.
Right.
A few panels back here, we see shit. Now it's gonna be loading. I blew it. Okay.
You blew it.
But we see like this kind of
this red cloudy looking thing.
Right,
Not
yeah.
a portal though. It's
no,
just
but it's kind of like a link up or something.
it's a link for sure.
Yeah. And so that knocks him off the building. Sleeper jumps. Look at this shit right here,
That's
man.
so tight.
That is insane. God, that's so cool.
Do you
Oh, look at
have
this.
bad dreams?
That's like the thing, dude, almost.
Yeah. The newest incarnation of that movie is actually pretty good.
It's very good.
There's
Yeah, I
some
like that a lot.
things that like the faces can do and the body, how the body's morphing that you're just like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah. And Sleeper is actually super cool, and he's
Yeah, I like
kind of represented here a little bit different. And then you can kind of see that Dylan is like kind of got that like little
The null swirl.
he's a nulled out. Yeah, what we would
Nulled
call
out
him
right
nulled out Symbos.
All about Symbos.
Yeah.
About to null out a Symbi.
And so then it continues, and you know, Dylan's still in Eddie's head and battling with Cletus until, listen to me, son, you can do this. So now Eddie's like, I see the power that you've actually got. Like, you got to harness this shit against Cletus.
He cleats him.
Yeah, and it really kind of happens. I mean, he's kind of losing it, and he's also
toxic. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he's like toxic to symbiotes because you see how he's burning fucking Sleeper's hand there.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna drop you.
And he's like, I gotta hold on, it's burning. And then he's like, I know you're my son, and I know we can beat this because we're stronger when we aren't alone. And this is the classic, like, I don't know if you watch The Flash on TV, but every time he's like about to die, like Iris just comes on, it's like, I believe in you, Barry. I love you. I know you can do it. And he's like, oh, now I can do it. You know, it's just like that's all he ever needed. And this is that kind of like classic, from
especially familial encouragement. It's nice to hear from your estranged symbiosis throne
Papa,
author.
My dad.
And then so he's just like the spirals are gone, and he's like feeling it, and he goes, and you know, Sleeper's got him back on the roof, and he just rips that shit.
Wow!
Yeah, boom. I think it died. I'm thinking it got fucked up.
That piece, I mean, it clearly looks like it's blowing up here.
I think he did it to it. He's doing that to the
right. Yeah. And it hurts Cletus so much to the point that it blasts it right off of Eddie.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom. And then finally we get what we've always wanted, naked Eddie. Nah, Eddie's naked all the time. But that hurt him. And then also he had to cut off his hand there on this island in order to try to like get the symbiote off him. That was the only way. It was like in his hand, and then he just cut his hand right off.
Is that why he did that?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
And then he's like, yo, Venom, do something about this nub, dude.
I can't.
I need a hand and I need some clothes. And then he's like, wait.
How the hell do we get home?
Right. And that's when we kind of go back to this. Eddie kind of finishes up the story, you know, telling us, the kid taught me something too, that you can come clean. You got to face up to the things you've done. So this is that. And I need to tell you all what's going on before it's too late. And then that's when we see he's at Avengers. He's probably in the
celestial head.
Yeah, exactly. And so we see Thor, who basically. Wait, what'd you say, man?
I think those characters might be called the progenitors or some shit like that. But
progenitors?
Yeah,
they're not really Celestials?
Yeah. Should we access computer files because we keep fucking that up?
Well, I think, do you mean like the first round of Celestials that showed up were called the like progenitors?
The first hosts.
Accessing library
first host?
computer data.
They're referred to as the first hosts.
Progenitors is also maybe a general term because that usually denotes the first of something.
Right.
Yeah,
so
the first Celestials might be.
Yeah, okay. So all those characters are technically Celestials. But
the progenitors are an eons old race living in a controlled planetary system called the World Farm.
Huh.
Oh, man, what was that from? Oh, I mean, it's going to say.
It's in the Avengers shit.
Okay, they had to go to the World Farm to, like, pick something up.
Earth TRN 738. Alternate realities.
Whoa.
These guys are tied in with the Inhumans. That makes sense.
Right. Yep.
Here we go. The progenitors were conceived as a sort of midpoint between the type of aliens that are the Celestials and the
Oh.
Kree. So to
Right.
have an extremely advanced alien species that wasn't so advanced as to
Got
be
it.
hanging out in the cosmic realms.
So not quite Celestials. That's interesting. Yeah,
Right.
the Kree are really powerful. It seems like too. The Kree
Dude,
are
there's
everywhere.
something going on with the Kree and the Skrull right now that they've united.
Oh, really?
Empire book that's dropping.
That sounds bad for like the universe.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
I don't think it's gonna be good.
And so here, I didn't realize this, but it looks like Carol's hitting on him again. Nice to see the
look at
beard
that.
again, Brock.
Like, remember what you were talking shit about his looks? And
Yeah, no.
she's
I mean,
down.
is that Eddie or is that Thor? Because they seem to look exactly alike.
Eddie's a little more beat up.
I guess so. Yeah, he's missing a
Thor
hand.
doesn't like bruise easily
No, he doesn't.
at all.
And so like he's like trying to tell him about Knull. He's coming clean to the Avengers about Knull, and he's like, "Don't take a breath, Eddie. What is this Knull?" And he's like, "It's bad, Cap. It's bad. It's
That's
as
not
bad
good.
as Iron Man 2." Just kidding. Iron Man 2's
It's okay.
good. Okay, so here we get this big spread of Knull. And so this is Knull. What is this, man? Is this like Knull?
I think that's Knull armored up, bro.
Well, but then over here, this
Looking
is
really
like this is
witchy.
like Iron Man Knull or something like that.
Darkseid.
And
What if
then
these are like multi-reality Knulls or something?
maybe it's like Knull through time or something like that too.
Maybe. I'm not sure. It says shit like I'll try to explain the best I can, but it's more than just Knull. So it's like
Okay, so it says the old and the new too. So maybe this is like young Knull.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think they're kind of hinting at what they're going to start telling us about next.
right.
You know, this is like we're to learn who these people are.
Right, and because there's like another whole Venom line of books coming out after this too.
Right.
Also, we spent the entire episode on this. We're not going to have much time for new books.
Yeah, we did. What time is it?
I mean, it's been an hour almost.
Jesus Christ.
But look, here's the end of the story, dudes. You've trusted me this far, and frankly, I don't know why, but I promise that this is just the beginning. What comes next is going to be the hardest thing we've ever faced. But if you're in, I am too. So if this is it, if our final days are coming, let them come. Fucking Symbos shark.
Symbos, straight up Symbos.
And then look how hilarious this is. Fin, and it's a shark fin.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but then we get a sorry, go ahead, Pete.
No, they love putting that fin. That's such an old school like Marvel salutation. Every once in a while they check in there.
Absolutely.
It's great.
And we get this backup feature, which is Venom Flashback, which is like an old logo from the 90s when they put out
Yeah,
a Flashback series.
Flashback
Mm.
-1s or some shit.
Yeah, it was zeros, I think. I
Oh,
remember I
sorry.
had-
So this is a reprinting of something?
I don't think so, man. I think it's.
Oh, maybe not. Okay.
What do you think, man? Do you think it's?
I'm not sure. That's what I was wondering the whole time I was reading it.
Huh.
Was
Okay, I don't know, man.
It looks like kind of updated Ron Lim art, though. I'm gonna say, like newish.
Yeah, it does, and it's kind of like.
It's a little
But this
anime
takes
now.
place during the time of
when he was on that island before.
right, Fatal Protector, Brutal Protector,
Lethal Protector.
Lethal
Protector.
Protector. Yeah. So it's taking place in that time,
Okay.
and it's all about these peaches, man. He's just trying to get that peach. And then
Yeah, he's just like, I want to eat peaches.
I think this is kind of cool, though. You know, it kind of changes his Hawaiian clothes into like Tarzan, and then he's like, I'm not going to do that when Weissmuller trademark Hal, which is like the old school TV Tarzan.
Yeah.
I like this in this eyes, like the eyes here, where he's like about to Simbo
It's a real
out.
smoky symbiote eye.
Yeah, I'm with the eyeshadow.
Alluring, the allure.
He's allured.
Yeah, and he's just kind of Tarzaning through the woods until he trying to get more food, basically, and until he finds these pirates, basically.
And he's all like, I got to do something good if they're doing something bad. Let's figure it out.
This is
I'm
my
fucking
land.
staying at the island, yeah.
Yeah, and then these guys
Don't
are
wanna
just kind of
compromise
bullshitting
our
around.
privacy.
Like, what's going on here? Like, what are these teeth doing? That's
He's
not
one
right.
big tooth, or he's wearing a fucking mouth guard.
He's got a mouth guard, yeah.
He's got a
That's
real
what-
grin. Yeah. This guy's just very mouthy. A lot of
Yeah.
teeth in that guy.
I mean,
And,
look at
Yeah, they're just trying to like bury treasure. Basically, it's kind of like a modern thing, and he's got this gun that melts people.
Melts
Speeds up
them.
their metabolism and just melts them.
You're done. You're melted.
But I mean, this Venom, you can't argue with this Venom, dude.
Nah,
That's mean.
that looks sick. Yeah.
That is mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a good venom.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
No.
And so I think at this time he was like, he didn't need to like venom up. So he's saying like, I'm not Venom, you know, we must be something. We are what? Vulnerable, venison, Venus. Ah, yes, we are vengeance.
Yep, because he's being that.
Yeah, man. And he just kind of rips these dudes up, sucks the bullets in, and then spits them back out.
He loves it. He loves doing that.
And he's masking, doing like the mask shit.
So it's kind of just venoming out a bit.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly.
You think that's the sound of the blast hitting him, or you think that's the sound he's making?
Shazat, like he's yelling, Shazat! I don't know.
I feel like that's the blast contacting his venom.
Yeah, his gun speeds up molecules till they pop. How's that feel, demon? And he's like, hey, tickles, bitch.
Doesn't really, not relevant to me, bro.
Nah. See, this is great right here. This is good shit.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah,
that's almost like some Sam Keith vibes.
Yeah, dude.
A little bit of Max vibes, maybe.
A lot of teeth on that shit.
Right?
And this dude, too, I mean, he's basically dressed like Luke Skywalker. And he doesn't Luke dress like that in Empire Strikes Back or something?
Yeah, he's got to fucking fix his gear.
Yeah, he's totally looped up.
You know? Like,
A little bit.
that's
looped
like
up.
in between New Hope and Empire right there.
Yeah. And then so he's just like, you know.
Up the metal on Yavin 4.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then he just goes whipping through the woods again.
Peaches times. Get some peaches.
Yep. We got Eddie's Clubhouse. We got the letters column. But then, okay, so here's what I'm saying. So we got Web of Venom, Wraith #1. Did that ever come out? Did the Free Comic Book Day book come out?
I don't know, but I want it.
You know, I bet you it's you can get an e-version, but I mean, they must have been printed.
I need one ASAP.
I think we're establishing the demand. I think now we know where the demand is now. It's high.
We do. It's high.
Yeah.
Keep reading. Oh, this is next. Okay, so look, this confirms Venom Beyond begins here. If you thought Venom Island was insane, then shut your yapper and face front, true believer, because we're about to outdo yourself.
Yapper, dude.
Ooh, the Maker comes back.
With the eyes of the Maker.
Shut your fucking yapper.
All right, dude. That's a great way to go through a book, man. We need to be doing that in the future.
Yeah, let's just every episode from now on, we pick one book and have a friend of ours come on. Maybe Peter will come back and we
quick close reading.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Dude, I got this Mandalorian child.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's quick brief each other on the cool shit. So what else you get?
I got the Mandalorian child today.
Did you buy that in person or did you pre-order that a while ago?
No, I bought that in person at Alt V because I went to get comics. And I found one of these Mayfax Spider-Mans.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mad articulation on that thing, I bet.
Oh man, I'm so psyched. I found it on Let Go, so I went and got it from somebody.
What?
It was $75, but I've been looking but it's like 100 brand new online anywhere else you find it. But I was looking for, this is a comic paint dip version, so it's got different shades of blue on it. And the original one is number 75, but it's hard to find, but it's fucked up, dude, because I went on a website and noticed that mad people sell toys on them, and one of them, the number 75, the one I wanted, sold for $100 the day before. Oof. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
You gotta bought that shit.
Damn.
God damn it. It's like Nick Cage stealing my fucking Zeton, but we got more problems to worry about.
Yeah, Nick Cage.
I'll eventually get one of those, so it's all good.
I'll get Nick Cage.
I love that big one. I ordered a Venom and a Miles Morales too off of Big Bad Toys, so I'll probably show those.
Yeah, I got some BBTS stuff coming in too. Yeah. What'd you bring, Peter? Super quick. Why don't you run us through what you brought?
Eli, let me spin that back on you while I grab it, because I got a good box here. This is just a box of my kind of
All right, word. I'll just throw out super quick. I brought this Primus comic in. It's like one of those old rock and roll comics, but it's Primus.
That's sick.
I found this in the I'm trying to get a hold of these people because I really want to make a Ween one like this. I think this
Hell yeah.
book was well done, man. And then I actually spoke with Diana Schutz after the interview that I did with her for the Wizard book. You guys may know Diana Schutz as the editor from Kamiko, Dark Horse, almost every Grendel book. Yeah. She edited 300 by Frank Miller. And I was speaking with her because she started doing these zines called The Telegraph Wire. And I asked her if she had any, and she sent me this one.
Ooh.
Damn.
Wow.
Signed by Matt and by Diana.
That's sick, dude.
And I mean, this is just so much great stuff in here. Honestly, I can't wait to really dive in deep. And we got this. It's this like super old school style, you know. So
yeah,
I can't wait to get into that. And she sent me this zine that's like she wrote. I haven't really dug deep, but it's got this Sergio cover.
Yeah.
And I'm super psyched on it. So
Sergio Aragones.
Huge thank you to Diana for everything you've done for me. You're awesome.
Tight.
Yeah, man. Shout her right out. That's tight.
And
I had all these comics to talk about, but
I know, but yeah, man.
Actually, I didn't read this yet because
that's this week's book, right?
Yeah, it's the newest one, and I'm still on Spidey 37. But I started reading Grendel.
Nice, dude. The new book.
I'm on the fourth issue of that. You got some alien fucking that happens in that book.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Nice.
A new Green Lantern 3. I got that today.
Still Grant Morrison on that?
Yeah, it's Grant Morrison and I think his name's Ron Sharp.
Cool.
Something like that. I always fuck it up. But this book actually was heavy because this is a new Green Lantern, and it, you know, considering the times and what's been going on in our society for hundreds of years, she's actually a cop that becomes a Green Lantern, but she goes through a traumatic situation of her partner doing some fucked up racist shit, and she like feels bad on herself because she doesn't come forward, all that kind of shit. And then one of the Owens is like disguised themselves as a person on Earth, and she proves them, like, you know, she talks a whole bunch of like pretty righteous shit considering the bullshit that's going on. So this Far Sector book is tight. She's like a different kind of lantern too. Her ring like works differently. But I read these Gwen Stacy's too finally, and they were sick. And then, you know, we read Venom. Gwen Stacy's dope because it's dealing with Gwen Stacy when she was in high school before she hooks up with Peter, because she hooks up with Peter in college. So you see, she's got a different boyfriend. Her and Harry are friends because they went to the same school. In this story, it's like the enforcers, whatever, the Ox and those are the two fools, are fucking with Captain Stacy, and they're trying to pin some shit on it. And she's like, I'm a little high school sleuth. I'm going to figure it out. She's tight, though.
I was wondering what the angle was in the Gwen Stacy book, like what they focus on.
Yeah, she's like running for class president. She's like, you know, she's sassy but strong and shit. She's like, you can't, like, some dude tries to like get up close to her without her permission. She like mashes him in the face with a cupcake real hard. You know, she's like, fuck you. Oh. But I like this artwork in this book. Todd Nayuk.
I like him, yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah.
And so that's just like 616 Gwen. It's not like okay.
It's Gwen before she meets Peter.
Gotcha.
It is kind of modernized though. So maybe it is an alternate reality. I think it's modernized.
I mean, it can still be 616, but be modernized, I feel like.
Current, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Peter, what you got, man?
Books I had, but yeah, Peter, what you
Those
got?
are dope. I got a little throwback. I think you may have brought up. So I still have all my books in storage, but I have like a couple kind of like laying around that are just like personal joints because I've gone through maybe half of my books and like plucked out sort of the personal stuff. So that's kind of what the process that I'm going through right now. But yeah, and we got to talk to you guys because it's a huge collection. But
yeah, man.
So I've dug out. This is what was a favorite. Spidey 2099.
Oh shit.
Rick Leonardi. This is issue 25.
Wow, that's a pretty fire fucking issue.
Yeah, this issue is insane. I just love this book when it came out so much, and the art was so insane. The concept was so insane.
Oh, sick, yeah.
I mean, anything kind of cyberpunky, and if you put my Peter and it's not Peter, and it's a cool suit also, and it's Spider-Man. They executed so well on that.
Yeah, Mexican Spider-Man.
How many issues did those 2099s get to?
Damn, I don't know. I think it went up there, right? Like maybe 100?
Really?
I don't think they got to 100.
Maybe not.
50.
Okay, yeah. This is issue 25. And then I got this is a little bit of a throwback, not as much. Big Man Plans is a book I was kind of putting.
Eric Powell, right? Yeah.
Yeah, from the Goon.
Yeah, people that are familiar with the Goon know this guy. This is just kind of a fun one-off book that I was into.
I think I have that book because you gave me a copy of it.
Yeah. I think
Nice,
I might have put
dude.
Manus on to Big Man Plans. Just a funny, like, kind of a quick little teaser book. And then I ripped out this old Dust Jacket version
Nice.
of Nausicaa, Volume 6.
Sick, dude.
That's a seminal issue. Mine's a little bit beat up, but these Viz books back in the day came in this just really cool kind of pocket size with the Dust Jacket. They all had different colors. They were, the books are themselves different sizes. So this one's a little smaller. Some of them are a little bigger. But I remember this is just one of the coolest editions of the book and kind of like original size, but still Americanized format. So it's like, reads left to right.
Vintage T-shirts of her are expensive.
Oh, I bet.
Nausicaa shirts are in those like
Yeah,
$200
that property is
range kind of shit.
still growing. Right, so you can stream these, the whole Ghibli kind of catalog everywhere else in the world except for North America right now. You really can only buy them on your viewing platforms. So I think that's supposed to change in the next year or so. But I think they're really just still capitalizing on all the Ghibli. Miyazaki is such a huge influence on the whole world. They're just really caking up still before they release all that shit for just streaming and rental. But I'm sure they're getting ready to do all that.
Yeah, it's crazy that stuff is not as big as it is literally everywhere else in the world as it is.
Well, it is big. It is big here. They're capitalizing off of it.
Right.
Finally,
They're like, you still got to buy it. I feel like that's kind of the trend, right? Is like they feel like there's a tipping point where they can still milk people for having to buy it, and then it kind of everyone who is gonna own it, maybe they like let that peter out, and then they're like, okay, we'll trickle this little streaming action down.
Matriculate it down.
Yeah.
Where, dude? Hell yeah.
Matriculate it down.
Great, man. This is a great app. Thanks for coming in, Peter, and for shaking
guys.
it up and
sharing some stuff.
Love it.
Yeah.
Honored as always to share the mic and the screens with you boys. Nice
I think
work.
you're really
time. That was maybe the best formulaically done ep we've ever done.
Yeah, and Peter, I think you're the honorary third host now.
I love being a third leg.
Nah, dude.
I'm down to do it whenever, guys. Whenever I'm around. Hey,
third host, that's for sure.
And I'm around a lot these days, so.
Hell yeah, we should do it. Yeah, maybe we can do another live stream, or we can do something because I can stream with Zoom to Facebook now, so we could do a live stream one day again.
Yeah, always down to clown it. Like just hit me up. Just let me know if you need somebody or you want to hang with some Peter. I'll third wheel it.
Hell yeah, this is the way.
This is the way.
It is known.
Tis known. Hell yes, guys. Another great week in comic booking.
Fucking thank God they're back, man. Thank God the Marvel books are back.
Thank God. Can't wait to see them again.
It is a sign of power and honesty.
Or maybe like normalcy will return.
Yes, monoculture is returning first.
Power, responsibility.
The big two.
The new album by Manus Dunbar.
Yep, powers
coming soon.
I can't wait to see the shit, man.
Dude, it's gonna be sick. Shout out to David Browers, who's working on it as we speak.
Crazy.
That guy. He's amazing.
So excited to see that. It's gonna be tight.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Until next week, thwip and surf.
Love y'all.
Alrighty, peace.